But just look how colorful it is. And that's it. Just kidding. Let's get a close-up of that first. Wow. Hello there. Do you guys enjoy summer salads? I know I do, and summer is upon us here in the Northern Hemisphere at least. And I have a super quick, super delicious salad for you that you're probably somewhat familiar with. It's similar to Texas Caviar, if you've ever had Texas Caviar. But most of the time, people eat it more like a salsa. So this is a recipe that I have from one of my aunts, and I'm not sure where she got the recipe from. So if I find the recipe or a similar recipe, I'll link it down below. But of course, I will type out the ingredients for you guys and put those down in the description. So first off, I have a green pepper, and we're going to dice this into little pieces. The other ingredients we have are some corn, some black beans. We're supposed to be using a red pepper, but I have an orange pepper today, a red onion, and then some Italian dressing mix. And then I want to cut up my pepper about the size of our corn and our beans, just so that it's easy to scoop onto a chip, because that's how I'm used to eating it. So all of our ingredients are just going to go into a large bowl. On to our next pepper. Same thing with our orange pepper. Same little small dice to it. Again, this called for a red pepper, but you could even use a yellow one if you wanted, or 2 green ones, whatever. It's just a nice little pop of color, and the red pepper has more sweetness to it than the green does. Okay, so now we need a bunch of green onions. I'm going to do the green and the white part. We're going to cut it into fine little slices, just how you would for garnishing the top of a dish. Green onions have such a nice mild onion flavor. They're not harsh. All right. Right into our bowl. And to make this dish even more flavorful, we are going to add in a small red onion. Now, if you don't have a small onion, you can just use part of a large or medium one. And you can always use less onion. Tweak it to your taste. Again, finely dice it about the same size we did the green onion. I guess you don't really want too big of pieces of red onion. That might be a little intense to bite into. If there are any big chunks, take a little inventory, make sure if there are any big chunks that didn't get cut into little pieces, go ahead and cut them into little pieces. All right, let's get the last of the onion in our bowl. All right, and that's all of the chopping that we are going to be doing for this. So here's our veg so far. Now we have a can of yellow corn, white corn, and black beans. So open these up and drain them. All right, so in with our black beans and in with our corns. Now, get out a spoon or a spatula and just give it all a toss. If you see any vegetables stuck together from when we cut them, you can go ahead and break those apart. But just look how colorful it is. And that's it. Just kidding. On to the dressing. So we need 2 packets, and these are 0.7 ounce packets of Italian dressing mix. So not Italian seasoning, Italian dressing mix. And we want 2 packets. So get yourself out a cup, a coffee mug, a bowl. I have a glass measuring cup here. And we're going to put in our 2 packets. And this is where my microphone battery died and I did not realize it. So we put in our first packet, we get in our second packet, and now we need to add in our oil and vinegar. So we need a 1/4 cup of oil, and I have here light olive oil. You can use vegetable oil or canola oil. I just have olive oil in my kitchen right now. And just be aware when you are using the olive oil and you stick your salad in the fridge, the olive oil becomes a solid when it gets cold. So if you have it refrigerated and you don't want it all gloopy, just get it out of the fridge 5-10 minutes before you're ready to eat it, and the olive oil will go back to its liquid state. So there we have our 1/4 cup of olive oil. It would have been really handy for me to measure in the oil and the vinegar before I put in my seasoning, because I have some handy dandy measuring marks on my glass measuring cup. And then our recipe calls for a 1/2 cup of vinegar. Now, the recipe didn't specify whether it was white vinegar or apple cider vinegar, so I just went with apple cider vinegar because I know I like the flavor of it in salads. But if you prefer white vinegar, go ahead and use that. Or if you really want to spice it up, you could use like a white wine vinegar or a balsamic vinegar. I don't know how that's going to taste, but you can give it a try. And then take a whisk or a fork or a spoon and just mix it all together. Make sure there's no dry seasoning left over. And it would be really handy if you have one of those bottles that are specifically for making salad dressing. Then you could just put your oil and vinegar and seasoning in there and shake it up. So once you have it all mixed together or shaken together, if you have one of those mixing bottles, we're just going to pour it right over our salad. and then scrape out all of that delicious goodness. All right, and then let's give our salad a good stir, get all of our beans and corn and vegetables all coated with that lovely dressing that we just mixed together. All right, once we have all of it all mixed together, look at that, nice and colorful. Let's give it a taste test. Quality control. A little bit of crunch from the peppers. It's nice and tangy from the vinegar. Yum. A little bit of sweetness from the corn and the bell pepper. But like I mentioned, I like to eat this with tortilla chips. Let's get us some of those out. So you can eat it just like a side salad, just with a spoon, or how I'm used to eating it and how I recommend eating it is scooping it up with a tortilla chip and just popping it in your mouth. Let's get a close-up of that first. Wow. That little bit of saltiness from the chip with the deliciousness that we already have in our salsa. Delish. Have to give it another taste test. It's such a fresh salad. I think you guys are really gonna like this for summer. It's so fresh, it's so easy. It didn't take us hardly any time to make. So you can make it the night before, take it to a picnic, take it to a barbecue. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. I know I said it's similar to Texas Caviar. The big difference is there's no sugar in it. There's no black-eyed peas. But it keeps really well in the fridge. You can take it for lunch. I will leave the recipe for you guys down below. Again, if I find a link for it, I'll provide the link, but I will type out the directions for you guys. But if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos from me, you can head on over to my YouTube channel and see what other delicious videos I have over there for you guys. Hit that subscribe button and that bell so that you know when I drop the next video, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.